Hey, what's going on?
It's nice and rainy here.
It is, yeah. It's been nice to get a little bit of rain. My wife and I were just sitting back and listening to the rain, so we're really excited. But here's the deal: this week is website week. Ah, let's go websites. So we're going to be talking about websites today. What are we going to be talking about exactly, Justin?
If your website's actually doing its job, right? If it actually is, producing leads and converting those leads to grab people's attention and get them to call you.
Right. Our whole mission out of this video is to get your website to suck less. That's really what we're trying to accomplish here. And as a real estate agent, you have to do a lot of marketing. You have to do a ton of marketing. And I know a lot of agents that we talk to, Justin, they're like, I want to run ads. Run ads, generate leads. It's like, well, your website sucks. So we need to fix that first.
That's the problem. They run the ads and then they send the people who click on the ad back to their website. And then they get to the website and say, never mind.
There's nothing there. And the crazy thing about these websites, and we're going to dive into them a little bit further, they're really not designed the best for optimal for what's really going on in the world these days, because a lot of the things are revolving around social media and all these other different things, but really the look and feel and the way that they're just not very good. So so we're gonna dive into those, but before we do that, why is it important to have a website kind of in this digital age, Justin?
Your website is really the face of your business online, right? And with 80 to 90% of people doing their research online before they ever actually talk to you, right? It's important to impress when they, first impressions mean something. So it's important that, you not only does it look good and is impressive when you land on it, but it's easy to navigate, and it's essentially walking people through what you want them to do.
Right. So all the things you're doing, all your social media are basically linking back to your website. And we actually just talking about something pretty cool about how, we can take YouTube videos and embed them on our website and then email those out and do social media posts and all those different things and lead back to our website, which is genius. I think it's a great idea. And I just don't feel that websites are being utilized the way that they're supposed to, which is ultimately to generate leads. And most agents we talk to, what do they want, Justin? They want leads, right?
They want leads and make some sales.
Yeah, let's just do it. So what's really what's a broker website? What's a personal website or a business website? What's the difference between those two?
Well, I think most people or most agents don't really know the difference, right? Yeah. And they tend to fall into just a template for whatever broker they're working for. They think, oh, I have a website, that's good enough, when really there's so much more that goes into it if you really want to drive people there and attract people to call you and do business and stuff. But a broker website is going to be a site that's going to list all of those agents on within that brokerage.
Yeah.
Right. So people can find you, and really it should probably be viewed more as a support tool, right? Mm-hmm. And an actual website for you individually as an agent. Yeah. Your agent website is you, right? That's you and your business specifically, mm-hmm. and what you want to, how you want to do business, who you want to attract, and your front line to guide people through that process.
Right. Absolutely. The funny thing is the real simple term is like a broker website. All of your marketing that you're doing as an agent is going to the broker website, which is helping him with SEO, which is helping him to get more leads and helping him to grow the business, which is fine. He should have that. But what ends up happening is when you leave, he still has the benefit and you're starting over.
Yep.
And so you really want to make sure that you have your own website that we're working on SEO and building up and allowing you to dominate the market, right? Which is what we always really talk about.
What gets even crazier though, too, is if let's say you have an agent and they have 10 or a broker, I'm sorry, and they have 10 agents, right, within the brokerage. And if all of those websites are done right for the broker as well as each agent,
yeah,
that broker can essentially dominate the first page of Google.
Pretty
if you
much,
think
yeah.
about it,
And
right?
we see it when you go and do Google searches and you type in, you're a real estate agent's name and maybe Better Homes and Gardens or Keller Williams. The brokerages will show up above them just because they have a greater presence really online. So, what's the difference between kind of a template website and a custom website? And which one do I want if I'm a real estate agent?
Well, we're always gonna recommend you have a custom website, right?
Yeah.
Because a template website, you're very limited. I mean, there's lots of different things out there. Some of the bigger names like Keller Williams and Better Homes and stuff. They have their own templated website that you can use, and there's other services that have templated websites, but they're super limited on what you can actually do inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
not going to be able to, customize that site to the full degree of really what you're going to want to. Whether it might seem like it's fine right now, but a year down the road, 6 months down the road, sometimes you're going to want to change something. You're going to want to, do something different with that website. And with a template website, you're just not going to be able to.
Right. You don't have control over it. You can't customize it. And that was one of the things that we talked about. And we're going to dive into some websites here in a little bit. But when you look at a template website, so what we talk about by template is everybody has the same look and feel. Your broker gives you a templated website that just basically looks all the same. And you can go in and change a couple of things, your banner, your image, and your phone number and all that stuff. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. One of the things that I'm foreseeing that's going to happen literally in the next 5 years is these broker websites are really going to be focused more on social media. And I think if you have a custom site, you're going to be able to really, really push that envelope a little bit more. Like, for example, as an agent, you don't even need listings on your website. You only need to have the listings that you are either listing or just sold. Like, that's it. You don't need to have a whole search function and IDX and all that stuff. It's great, and you can have it if you want it on there because there's tools, a way to do it. But honestly, that's not what's going to get you a presentation, get you an appointment. It's going to be, what are you doing on social media? What do your reviews look like? What does your website look like? And so most of the clients that I've been starting to talk to, they want to put their YouTube videos on their homepage. They want to build a blog with their video and transcription of what actually happened inside the video. They want their Instagram photos and images all popping up on their website. So it's really changing. The websites are starting to really change. What do you think about that?
It's really good that you brought that up because with social media, I think everything is changing toward that direction, right?
Yeah.
It's all about relationships, when it comes down to it. Social media is a great way to do that. And the more people use social media and, it gets more ingrained in our society and stuff like that, people want that same, interaction or that same feel from a website, right? They don't want to go to a, like a templated website where it's just generic, information and
they can get that anywhere. They get it anywhere.
they want to go to your site and they want to get to know you and your business. They're going to make the decision to choose you off of their gut feeling, right? And that gut feeling is going to be what the education you can give them, from your website and how you are able to connect with them from what they see on the website.
Yep, 100%. Absolutely. So we're kind of moving into why it's important. It takes more than just having a website to scale and to be successful. So why is that important? How are you going to scale with a website? Like, is that really going to make that big of a difference?
It does. I mean, like I said earlier, over 80% of people do their research online before they ever contact an agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
If like you said, we'll go into a couple websites, just examples in a little bit, but if your site is, let's say they look at 3 different sites and your site is just a generic site with your little profile picture up there and some generic listings and like quote your home, compared to a site that's right, the next one they choose on is there's graphics there, it's impressive, it's everything else. And, it's specifically asking, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Like, are you an investor? Like, what are you looking for? Let me give you the specific information you need. Right.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, and in our guide that we put together, which I have it scrolling down below if you want to go and download the guide, your website is the center of all of your marketing. Like, you have your Google My Business account, you have your business listings, you have your social media, you have your reviews and reputation, and then it all leads back to your website. And so you're rewarded by that. And so if you want to scale, the way you ultimately scale, and we're working with clients right now that they're recording videos every week. They're taking those videos, they're putting them on all the social media sites. They're running ads and boosting those videos so that more people see it. And guess where they're sending them? They're sending them back to their website. Yep. They're emailing out these videos. It's going back to their website because that's where they can generate a lead. And the big thing is you don't want to be sending people that to an asset that's not yours because you don't have control over it. For example, you don't want to send them to a broker website. You don't want to send them to a template website. You don't want to send them to YouTube to watch a video. It's way more valuable if they're watching it actually on your website, because then you can have pop-ups, you can have banners, you can have buttons. They're one step closer to actually booking an appointment with you, which is what the ultimate goal is really of the website. So having that website and having it optimized and ready to go and start running a ton of ads, that's how you're going to scale. That's how you're going to go from getting no leads to getting, I don't know how many ever leads you want.
Yeah, but you got to set that up before you start running ads. Otherwise, you're just wasting money.
Right. And that's what we were talking about earlier is everybody wants to run ads, but they don't have their reputation. They don't have their reviews, their business listings, their social media, their website. They just don't have it set up even like at par, right? Like, we just want to get you up to where the foundation is built. Then we can start running ads and doing some fun stuff.
And that includes like even to, listing pages on your site, right? Those should be impressive. They shouldn't just be a generic, listing on your site. You can build those pages very simply and, target those ads to specific people looking for that specific thing, you know? And when they land on it, they're like, this is freaking amazing,
Yeah.
So.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about this here in just a second, which we're going to dive into the SEO and blog portion of your website. But, as we talk about the pre-interview and your customers.
Oh, you're muted.
Freaking stupid mute button. So what Justin was talking about is that ultimately your website can be the first initial interview that your clients go on. They can watch a couple of YouTube videos. They can look at your social media. They go to your website, and now it tells a story. We have one client that he has a picture of his team up top. He has a video, and then he has testimonials, and then he has a contact us form, and then he has buttons to his social media site. So it's like when you get there, you meet the guy, you know, like you get to meet him and then pick, are you a buyer or are you a seller? I mean, there's no listings. There's no download this guy, do any of this stuff. It's just very, very simple, and it's effective. Right? Because I'm fading. There you go. I'm back. So the next thing, talk a little bit, Justin, about SEO and blogs and how it attracts leads and establishes authority.
So with your own website, you have, full control of that kind of stuff. You can, write, put content out there, like, you were mentioning earlier with the videos and things like that, write blog content and actually answer questions for people.
Yeah.
Before they, contact you. So your website can really be a full service, entity for people that are looking to, buy or sell within your area, right? So when they're searching, if they're looking for something specific, they can find it there and they can watch that video or they can read that article that was written by you, right? Which makes you the expert and everything else. And the more eyes that you have on that, and that builds over time, obviously, right? But the more eyes and traffic you have going to your website rather than, the broker website or somebody else's website, the more Google sees that as like, hey, this person is something to take notice of, right? Let's bump them up. Or when somebody's searching and things like that, they want to give them your content.
Mm-hmm. Very well said. Absolutely. So the thing is in here, you're thinking, man, I don't have all the time to do this. I can't figure it out. The good news is that we actually have a way that we'll be talking about here in a little bit that'll make it really easy for you to do it. And it doesn't even cost anything to get started, which is even more exciting. So let's see. What's the next thing here? It's all about having call to actions that convert leads and qualified leads. So it's very simple. And,
We kind of touched on that already.
What's that?
We kind of touched on that already.
No, we did. But, there's one thing that's really important that I think this will hit home for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you want to, are you looking for a buyer lead? Or are you looking for a seller lead? Or are you looking for an appointment? And I think that's really, for me, it was kind of the light bulb going off. Yeah, I want a buyer lead and I want a seller lead, right? But ultimately, I want an appointment where I can sit down with a homeowner or somebody that wants to buy a home. And so I think that's the thing. And right now, and I'm starting to test this, but I've heard some really positive things, is that really it's not even about booking an appointment, because nobody wants to book an appointment. They want to text. So what they're going to do is we're starting to test just putting on all of the ads, even on social media, on videos down at the bottom, text me your question, and just putting the number. And the one thing I want to even start testing even more is putting a QR code on there. So while they're talking, they can pull their phone out, click a button, and it goes right to their website. So things are changing and they're becoming, and people love to text. And if I can text a guy, it's way less of a commitment than it is booking an appointment and doing that. And so really leaning towards that is a lead can come in many different ways. It doesn't have to be a web form. It doesn't have to actually be a booked appointment. It could be a text message, which is a great way to generate a lead.
Yeah. And I remember, I feel like a broken record saying it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
That's a great tool to build the relationship, right? Because that's ultimately what it comes down to. You will get more business if you build that relationship and you're of service, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody's texting you, asking a question, answer the question, be of service and everything else, instead of just saying, well, why don't you come into the office and we can talk about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
people want that. People want the answer to their question. They don't want to be led further or anything else. You can deal with that later. Right?
Yeah, they don't want to do it. So the call to action on your website could be text me your question. Here's my number. Just text me, which is it's a very high level of communication in this world today, but it's extremely low commitment physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be on the phone talking. I don't have to be.
I don't have to put on pants.
I don't have to put on.
You're muted again.
Pants are optional, definitely. Yeah. So, but it's important to have a call to action. And most websites, specifically broker websites, zero call to action. It's just, here's my name, number. And it's literally a business listing. That's all that it is. That's all that it is.
Or they might have one that says, find an agent. That's the call to action, right? On a broker site is find an agent if it's even there, right? But usually that's the call to action that you see occasionally, but good luck if you get that one. Right?
I have a question. Pick me.
What?
So now that I know that I need to have a custom website or not a broker website, how do I go do this? Do I need to build one myself?
You can.
That sounds like a lot of work. I like to sell. I sell things. I don't build things.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it. You can build it yourself, and there's ways that you can do that. That's really easy, drag and drop. And I'm not talking about something like Wix or a template site like that, right? You can have a WordPress site completely for free, right? With drag and drop editor, and you can build that up yourself,
Yeah.
or you can have someone like us help you actually build it out specifically how you want it
and put it together. Yep, absolutely. So don't worry about it. The next step, I mean, if you're just getting started and you need to do a template site, but you need to start thinking about getting something built really quickly. And the good news, Justin, is we just lowered our prices on website. They're now under $1 million. So like everybody can get one. It's like we're just giving them away. We're just giving them away now.
When were we charging $1 million? Oh, I think we lost Derek.
I'm back.
There he is.
Dude, I keep clicking stuff. I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting too excited.
I guess.
But so okay, cool. So what we're gonna do here is, I didn't mean to do that either. Okay, here we go. Don't drink and click. All right. So I think we covered a lot of these other parts. So why don't we dive into a couple of websites here and and take a peek. So Justin, why don't you start talking a little bit? You selected some of these, so why don't you share your thoughts?
What we did, we just Googled search and we just grabbed a couple to take a look at. You know what I mean? So we can go over those with you and kind of point some things out, so you can kind of see what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. So here on this one, and again, we just select them randomly. This is a Keller Williams website. And I mean, if you look, the image is faded. Like it doesn't even pop, for sale or rent. Find your dream home for sale or for rent. Like, I mean, I think I'm sure it probably generates leads, but I mean, I don't even know.
I would bet you it doesn't at all, because honestly, like I can search on Google for rentals in this area, right? Or anything else. And I don't need to go to their site to do that, because they're going to be in other places. So that's not a very good call to action.
No, not at all. I can't even click back. Like the technology is cool, and I think it looks like, look, and then down here, interested in talking to me. It's not even centered right. It's off, and you can't go in and change any of this. Like this is the site, And then over here, they just have her picture twice, which is awesome. And then her mobile number and her email address, right? So
this is a template site.
So this is a template website. All right. So here's another template website. So finding your home in Los Angeles. So I mean, a lot of these template sites, they're heavily pushing listings and searching for homes and stuff. And what's that?
Who is this?
Who? I have no idea who this is. This is LosAngelesHomes.com.
I know what I'm saying is I just landed on the website, right? Like who the hell is this? I don't even know, right? Like
it's the Domo group. Yeah, we need to call them. No, I'm just kidding. But again, it's a broker site. It's not. I mean, if I'm searching trying to buy a house, this is not what I really want to see.
Look at all that text.
So much information.
It's so crazy.
It's built for SEO. That is it. But then there's no value on the page. They didn't even put a picture on it. Okay, moving on. Oh, let's go.
Hey, this one looks nice. It's a little more impressive, right?
Yeah, that's basically. There's me and my Bentley.
So again, I would still change here. Their call to action. You'll see, above the fold up there. Their call to action is search the listings, right?
Yeah.
I would recommend having a different call to action, like, hey, contact us, or who are you, right? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Like, what are you looking for?
Absolutely. I mean, I know this is a header image, but one of the great things here is look at this. Like, this is, I mean, real estate agents, they put their faces on carts and buses and everywhere, right? They have their sign, they have their picture. And most of the other sites we looked at before this, they didn't even really showcase the real estate agent, right, which is really really the most important part. And they have a really strong bio and information. And here we can even go and look more. So there's even more information. Wow. There's even more about her. They even have a video.
Nice. So get your handsomeness out there.
Yeah, buddy. Let's do it. So yeah, we got just showing some cool icons, some more videos. So as you can see, it's telling a story, and then we're getting into their listings, right? So I think it's a much better laid out website. Some things I'd like to see is just how do I get to her social media sites?
Right.
She's heavily involved in that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. Like, where's that stuff at? Right. I can't even get to it, which is, again, it's another way to generate a lead, right?
I think it's there. It's not apparent, right? And you want to make it in your face, kind of, hey, do this.
Yep. All right. So here's another one, which look at this, boom, right here. Let's chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Facebook chat is a great addition that you can add, because now I got to do is, so, hey buddy, what's going on? Tell me about, just I generated a lead. That is a lead, is a chat. So go ahead, Justin.
Well, no, even on top of that too, like with the chat, there's even chats that will qualify that lead before you even have to talk to them. Right. Yep. You can automate that to where you're qualifying the lead before that ever even gets sent to you. So you're not even having to waste your time with tire kickers and things like that.
So look at this. So we get all the way down. Listings, communities is cool. Like, what are the different communities? And now the first picture of him, of the broker. Like, this should be up top. Like, this is validating who he is.
Yep.
And then he's got some videos here, which are cool, but, I can't click on them and they open up. 2 clicks to go into a video, And
as a result, the entire...
Like, that stuff needs to be up top, right? Like, the agent is what's the most important thing on a website, then the listings, right? So in my opinion, that should be up at the top, right?
You're selling yourself.
You're selling yourself, right? Because they're coming to your website to hire you for the job, not to look at everybody else's listings.
Yeah, and to make sure that you have the expertise and the information that they are looking for and they need for what they're trying to do.
Dude, I guarantee you nobody fills this out.
Nope.
Not one freaking person. I'm going to apply for a mortgage loan right here. Like, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. Just saying.
And that's what we see a lot of the time when we look at agent websites and stuff like that, is just things like that are just a huge waste of space. And they could be used for other things to actually, grab a lead and things like that. Nobody wants to fill that calculator out. They want you to help them do it.
Yep, exactly. All right, cool. So what about this one, Justin?
I like this one with the buyers, sellers. I mean, it could be a little more
prominent,
clear, a little more prominent, like maybe have the circles on top instead of, the animation's cool, but
that graphic is crazy cool, dude. Like, that's some crazy new high tech website stuff,
Right, but people like that stuff. It's impressive,
Yeah.
But right there, it's asking that call to action. It's asking them right there, like before they scroll, before they look at anything else. It's saying, "What are you? Right? Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Are you looking to lease a property? Like, what are you looking for?" And so when you click on those, it's going to take you to specific information. This should be better, but it's giving you specific information for what that person is actually looking for.
Yeah, I mean, this page is
lame.
Fill out 2 forms that I have no idea what they do.
Yeah,
so that's unfortunate.
So, but all in all, it's a very good looking site. The call to actions there. It just needs a little bit more on the back end, and maybe they're getting there. You know what I mean? But
so here's a site that I put together for Brandon, one of our clients that we work with. And what you'll notice is as you go through it, we have a great video that actually shows exactly who he is. This is the social media stuff that I'm talking about. We get into client testimonials, right? We have some other video testimonials that are going for it. We have some about us and then a way for them to reach out to it. This website right here generates leads all the time just because it's very, very simple, right? And put together. And we have home bots and reviews and links to all of his social media. So his is very, very simple, and you can do a whole lot more with them. But it's just simple because all the ads and everything we're doing are all leading to his website. And
it's simple because that's what he wanted too.
That's exactly what he wanted. Yep, absolutely. So cool. Anything else on that, Justin?
I don't think so.
Beautiful. So
if you have any questions about that or want us to take a look at your site, comment down below. We'll definitely connect.
Yes. So one thing we would recommend is here. You know what? We didn't even really. what we'd recommend is that we have something called a snapshot report. Do you want to talk about what that is, Justin?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Honestly, it's just a deep dive into your online presence as it stands right now, completely free of charge. We'll get our team dive on in and show you exactly where you're standing and some things you can improve in all the aspects that kind of make up the SEO and your digital foundation.
Beautiful. So it'll go over your business listings, which is your citation, your reviews, your social media, and it'll even go over your website and tell you things like you need your address on your homepage. You don't have that. It has your phone number. It's secure. Is it loading fast? Do you have all your social media links? So our report will go over it, and then we will actually set up a phone call with you if you like, and we can go over it in detail and give you a list of things that you can do. So if you want to get that report, you head over to digitalconcierge.us/report. Bum, bum, bum. Get the report. Become a ninja. Cool. What else do we got for him, Justin?
I think that's it, isn't it?
But wait.
We're missing something?
There's more. No, I think that's it. Well, cool. Good stuff. So thank you guys all for joining us. We will be here again next Wednesday on Hump Day. So it is all downhill from here. I hope you guys have Justin's
real quick before, right? If you are interested in getting a new site or anything like that, grab your report. Let's see where you're standing right now, right? Derek and I can personally jump on the phone with you, go over that report, and actually show you, give you the tool for free where you can start playing around and building that out.
Easy peasy, pumpkin breezy. So I think that's it. I think we can sign off. Oh, cool.
All right, guys.
All right. Hey, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.